to the world of frauds. That's my book, Corporate Frauds. Honestly speaking, I was trying to figure out who buys my books. And what I realized is people, many of them are trying to buy my books so that they can commit a fraud and not get caught. The world of business looks very nice, wonderful advertisements, success stories, great achievements, but there's a huge underbelly. An underbelly which you would be surprised, some of you would be surprised to know that that's how many corporates feel and perhaps work. Of course, this book contains more than 350 stories of all those scamsters and frauds which is taking place. But let me tell you two stories just to make Mr. Vijay Mallya. I'm taking this story because he's the face of corporate fraud, and that's how it all started in the modern world of India as we stand today. 2008, 2009, if you recollect, the airlines which you wanted to fly was Kingfisher. And Mr. Kingfisher had a birthday. He became 60 years of age in 2015, and his birthday happened to be on 18th of December. So he was celebrating his 60th year birthday, and he said, wow, I need to celebrate this. And what he did, he actually put up a press note, and you can go to Google and figure out a press note saying that there is going to be a 3-day party at his Goa villa. And because it was a public domain, and he invited a lot of people, there was a young boy from the Times of India, actually Bombay Times, he was a photographer. He saw Mr. Vijay Mallya having a big party, and of course he's from Bombay Times, so he was not invited. He gives a ring to Mr. Mallya and says, sir, you are having a great party. I am not there. Acha, your party hai kya? Come. So he went to this Goa village, this Kingfisher villa in Goa. He was of course paid for, his airfares had been paid, and he finds a mega party. It's a Bollywood are present there. So he enjoyed his drinks, he enjoyed everything. He goes back to Bombay, 3 days of party, goes out from 21st to 22nd. As you know, this Delhi time, Bombay time, Pune time, whatever times, the photographs comes after 2 to 3 days. And this was a party, this is a picture for the page 3. So he goes to his editor, he said, wow, you have done a great job. You not only went to the party, you got andar ki baat, you got pictures inside, so you got pictures. And the pictures were published, unfortunately, I think, from Vijay Mallya's angle on 25th of December 2015. 18th December was his birthday. 25th December is a holiday, everyone is a holiday, Christmas Day. So there was a gentleman, normally who doesn't look at this Bombay Times or Pune Times, because it's, as you know, it's extra pages, but it's a beautiful men and women picture. So he had time, he was at around 11:30 in the evening, morning. He opens Bombay Times and he finds the page 3 full of this party picture. Who was he? He was Gurugram Chapter, Reserve Bank of India governor. He got wild. He said, how can this man have a party? 2015, December 25th. He immediately calls his girlfriend on a lighter note. SBI chairperson, Arundhati Bhattacharya. He said, Arundhati, are you at home? She said, yes, sir. You have Bombay Times? Yes, sir. Can you open page 3? And she opened page 3 and she finds this party picture. And immediately Arundhati understood the gravity of the problem. Raghuram Rajan asks Arundhati, but Arundhati, if I take a car loan of 3 lakhs, and if I cannot pay the car loan back on time, will you take my car back? Will you confiscate my car? She said, yes, sir. Why does this man have this villa with him? Incidentally, he reminds him that this man, Mr. Vijay Mallya, you have castigated him as a willful defaulter. Willful defaulter is someone who has the ability to pay but will not pay. In November 2015, and this is in December 2015, 1 month back you have taken him as a willful defaulter. Uska villa unka paas kyun hai? Why is it? he told Arundhati Bhattacharya, he said, this man must be arrested. She said, yes, sir. And by that time, this was not happening. These big people were not getting arrested, and at those days, it was not so. He had a consortium of bankers, so the bankers had to agree that he has to be tested. So by the time, I'm cutting the long story short, it's a little longer story, but slowly, but in short, by the time they moved the Supreme Court, they went to the Supreme Court on 2nd of February 2016 and moved the Supreme Court saying that his passport has to be confiscated. He was a Rajya Sabha MP. He had his law. He had immunity from all these arrests. So they said that what if arrest doesn't take place, passport withdraw kar lete hain. The Supreme Court heard his case, and within few minutes, he said that the Supreme Court judge orally dictated the order, the passport needs to be confiscated. Within few minutes, a boy comes up saying that Mr. Vijay Mallya has taken last night's flight off to London. Bhag gaya. That night, previous night, 12 baje, there used to be a Bombay-London Jet Airways flight. I have taken that myself, maybe some of you have. Of course, you were in Delhi, so you may not have taken the flight. And he has run away with 14 bags and his girlfriend. Gurugram Rajan was mad. I said, he did everything possible, but the man has run away. Ladies and gentlemen, this story changed everything for the corporate world. The world of business, finance changed. On 31st of March, Gurugram Rajan enforced that the banks must declare all assets which are NPA. That means non-performing asset, which means you have given a loan, the borrowers are not paying on time, and those must be classified as NPAs or non-performing assets, and no loan to be given to these banks. You people will say, but the dhanda mein hota hai na. Theek hai? He took 7,500 crores and he never returned back to the banks. Let me give you a quick one. Have you heard of Indigo Airlines? Indigo and Kingfisher Airlines started the same day. Same time, 2001, 2002. Kingfisher became bankrupt in 2012. The last flight of Kingfisher took off in 2012. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, Indigo declared the highest profit in 2012. You can check it out. So same market, same regulatory environment, first-time entrepreneurs starting at the same time. One becomes bankrupt, one becomes most profitable. Market is never a reason for bankruptcy, ladies and gentlemen. I want to tell you another story, which is a very gory story. Of course, it's in the book. Have you heard of Ranbaxy? Ranbaxy was once upon a time India's #2 pharmaceutical company. 2002, 2003, they were doing great guns. So Ranbaxy wanted to expand, and in 2006, they employed a research director, saying that you please join this company as a research director. So the research director joins the company, and he suddenly finds that something is wrong with this company. I am not getting a good feel about this situation here. 2006, he joined. 2005, he joins, and he says, "No, I'm not getting a good feel." 6 months, 7 months, he's asking people, "What's going wrong?" Nothing happened. It so happens after about a few months, he had a 3-year-old son, and the son had a very bad ear infection. And by the way, this gentleman's name was Dinesh Thakur. You may like to Google him. Dinesh Thakur goes to a doctor. By the way, I know time is running out, but what structure does pharmaceutical companies work? Pharmaceutical companies in India, whether it is Lupin, Cipla, Wockhardt, most of these companies in India do not do basic research. What pharma companies does, they produce medicines which has outlasted its patent, which is usually 20 years in university, or they produce something called a bioequivalence, means they will produce a medicine which will have the same characteristic through a different route of manufacturing, but cannot use the same name. So there is a product patent, but there is no process patent. So thoda sa process change, sorry, there is no process patent, there is a product patent. So they will change it. So Ranbaxy was also doing bioequivalence. Bioequivalence means a medicine which will serve the purpose of the original medicine. Bioequivalence. So he's a research director, Dinesh Thakur is a research director. He goes he goes to this pediatrician dictaria, this medicine, antibiotic. He found this antibiotic, amoxicillin I think. So I think it is in my office because I have the bioequivalence. He goes to his office, takes up the medicine, gives it to his son, and the son's fever doesn't come down. He was aghast. After 2 years, second, third day, he runs to the pediatrician, who was a lady pediatrician, very intelligent. He said, okay, you have given him the medicine, but what medicine have you given? You know, I'm Ranbaxy, I'm research director, I have this bioequivalence, I give. No. Go to the shop next door, there's a GSK medicine, Glaxo. Please buy the GSK medicine, apply within few hours. Once this medicine was applied, bukhar chala gaya. He found there is a problem. He found that means the medicines don't work. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a long story, but let me summarize it in a way. What was Ranbaxy was doing, essentially speaking? Ranbaxy was asking their managers to go abroad. When you come back, you bring some medicines, they will write down, and you hand back, you can bring medicines, no problem. They would then try to figure out what are those chemical characteristics of this medicine, apply those medical properties to placebos, medicines which doesn't work. They will then say this medicine is a placebo, just a medicine, good for heart, good for cancer, good for stomach, good for memory. Just imagine, they are falsifying medicines. And this Dinesh Thakur, what happened is, I know this is little, it takes time, but what happened with Dinesh Thakur, these people found out that there is something wrong with Dinesh Thakur. He is asking too many questions. The Malvinder Shivendra Singh, who was the owners of the company, they sent auditors to his home, to his office. They found nothing. They planted blue movies in his computers. He said, this gentleman watches blue movies, and he was sacked. He went back to US. He wanted to file this to FDA, but they said that FDA, they need bodyguards for his child and his wife, which was very difficult to get. In 2012, he could get the FDA, which is the Food and Drug Authorities, after getting personal bodyguards from the legal firm, who did then puchtaj, and when they investigated, they found Ranbaxy was exporting world over, including selling in India, and we may have also consumed some of the medicine, which was actually not a medicine. Who will ever believe Indian pharmaceutical sector anymore? Who will ever believe? Indian pharmaceutical, in my view, should be the world's #1 unchallenged. But whenever people sees this story, #2 pharma company in India did this, how can on earth a corporate who is so large, or perhaps deemed to be large, make or commit a fraud on humanity? Those medicines will be taken by young children, old people, patients suffering from cancer and things like that, and you were not giving medicines, they were placebos. You know what is a placebo? Looks like a medicine, doesn't have any chemical characteristics whatsoever. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 stories I told you. Vijay Mallya, Kingfisher. That story wouldn't have come up had Mr. Vijay Mallya not had the 60th birthday bash. Maybe today, NPS would have kept going up, who knows? And the whole banking system would not have changed had that corporate fraud not get caught. And the Ranbaxy corporate fraud, which has actually now got caught, to my mind, has affected the Indian flag forever. Ladies and gentlemen, there are many more stories. Thank you so much.